Hello, and welcome to Metal Gear Solid 2. I hope you're ready for one of the most infamous segments, I would argue, in all of gaming. Shit's gonna get weird. I hope you're ready. So here's Raiden in his skivvies versus men with large guns. Oh, damn it. I timed that. What do you want?
Raiden, turn the game console off right now.
What did you say?
The mission is a failure. Cut the power right now.
What's wrong with you?
Don't worry, it's a game. It's a game just like usual.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
What are you talking about?
Raiden, something happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of miles to go. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky, to the east. It was moving very irregularly. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me, and when I came to, I was home. What do you think happened to me?
Huh?
Fine. Forget it.
That scared the absolute piss out of me when I was a kid. Like, holy crap.
Infiltrate the enemy fortress, Outer Heaven. Destroy the final weapon, Metal Gear.
Well, it's happened. The Colonel has completely cracked. Uh-oh. There's a man's. These guys are armoured and they don't fuck around. Oh crap! I thought I was out of the camera's range there. There's too many! Oh shit. Okay. Oh yeah, I can't go into hanging mode because I'm naked. And... pop out! Whoa! Oh crap. I'm probably gonna die. Yep. Wow.
No, this isn't happening. Jack, you have to answer me. Jack! Jack!
Alright, let's try that again, but actually pay attention. Oh god, what now? Is this gonna be more nonsense?
Honestly, though, you have played the game for a long time. Don't you have anything else to do with your time?
Not really, there's a lockdown going on. Let's stick to the lower level. I feel like we'd be better off doing that than tangling with the cameras.
Hmm? Is there somebody there?
Wow, that has no right to have worked. Okay, there should be a door at the far end of this room. Short version is, Snake has all our kit, so we need to catch up with him. Oh my god. This is going to be happening a lot. The Colonel has gone completely batty.
Infiltrate.
Okay, we've seen that one. You've already done that joke. Which way is he gonna go? I need him to move to one side of this box or the other. Okay.
Who's there?
We need to time this. We need to time this pass so we don't hit the camera and get behind that dude.
Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home.
What, pray tell, exactly are you gonna do, Colonel? Okay, there's our door. Camera's gonna... Oh no, he's come back. Whoops. Just keep your head down. He's gonna come sort of in this direction and then turn around. There we go, and then... And we're out of here. Now, we've gone from the guts to the colon.
Variety level 13. Rescue Meryl, the return of Ginola.
Oh yeah, I remember this. There was a whole separate sub-game that you could get of Metal Gear Solid 1 that was various virtual missions, and they were all like bonkers. They were all really weird and crazy. I'm pretty sure a couple of them are in here as well.
It's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey Rock. I need scissors. 61.
There it is. He said the thing. I'm not going there.
Your mission is to infiltrate the Fortress Galluade, rescue the hostages, and neutralize Metal Gear before its assembly is complete.
That's referencing one of the... Oh, I forgot about that, but that's referencing one of the Metal Gears on the MSX, I think. Those are all train stations in Tokyo. But that brief moment that you saw, that's apparently some, like, glamour model. The thing that replaced the radar, some glamour model from Japan.
An anemone or clematis plant's juice can cause a rash. When pruning them, it's a good idea to wear gloves.
I'm gonna keep hitting these. I know I don't have to, but I'm gonna keep hitting them because they're just fantastic to listen to.
I was a North American fall webworm in my past life. Oh, those were the good old days. What were you in your former life?
Well, we're stuck here until we can... Until the Colonel's
Actually,
finished.
there is something I've been meaning to tell you, but I just couldn't. I think you should know, though. On
Facing the
Saturday
wrong
morning
way.
last
There you
week,
go.
I saw a guy leaving Rosemary's room. How should I put it? It was like they were intimate. I'm sorry. Sorry to bring this up during the mission, but...
Can't even go back out the way we came in.
You got a PSG-1? You can use that against Sniper Wolf. Hurry up and save Meryl.
Come on, one of these is going to be Snake. Help me out.
Jack, it's me.
Hi, Rose.
Jack, I owe you an apology.
If it's about that conversation just now, I'm the one who's sorry.
No, it's something else.
What is it?
That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. I was ordered to keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on me?
Yes, by the Patriots.
You're a spy?
I suppose. Yes. It's an ugly word. Are you still there?
Was sleeping with me a part of the job?
I fell in love with you.
How could anyone?
I can't excuse what I did. I've reported every detail of your personal life to them these 2 years. What you did, said, everything.
Must have been fun.
But some things I didn't tell anyone. Like
How
what
are we
I felt for you.
How are we
So that's
expected
why
to
you were
believe a
involved in
word of
this
that?
mission. I should have known.
How do you expect
Why
me to believe
else would
any
they
of
toss
this?
an analyst into the mix at the last minute?
I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong.
No matter where I go, I get used.
I reinvented myself to suit your tastes. Hairstyle, clothes, the way I moved, things I talked about. You say you love the color of my hair, my eyes. They're not even real.
You must have gone over my psych profile with a fine-tooth comb.
It was my job.
Great performance. Had me completely fooled.
What I really wanted was for you to see the real me. It hurt
Well,
to play
apparently
out
the
this,
real you
this
is pretty
artificial
awful, so...
romance. It was worse to lie to myself than to you. The more love you gave me, the more it hurt. Because I knew the person you loved was just a character.
So it was artificial on my end too. It was just a game, not the real thing.
Oh, Jack.
I feel better knowing that.
What?
I was in love, or thought I was, with someone who didn't exist. I was trying to be someone I wasn't by loving what wasn't real. I don't know who you really are. The person I knew isn't real. She's not the woman I'm talking to right now. In a sense, the deception was my own, not theirs.
Jack, I thought I was acting because that was my job. But I did fall in love with you. That wasn't an act.
You expect me to believe that?
Ugh.
It's okay. You had your reasons, right? Hey, I understand, but I have nothing left to...
Jack!
What?
I'm carrying. I'm pregnant, Jack.
Rose! What's going on?
The last desperate attempt to fool us. Dear, oh dear.
Amazing how you walk around like that.
Snake!
Been waiting long?
Been going back and forth this whole time. Where the hell were you? Git.
Where's my gear?
Right over there.
God, it must be
That's more
freezing
like
in
it.
here.
Everything you had when you were captured is still there.
Quick, save us having to animate this cutscene.
Sorry about earlier. I had to use you as bait to gain access to Arsenal. It worked.
Why didn't you tell me about Olga?
You never asked. Not happy about that? Get over it.
Any effects of the virus yet?
Still waiting on that.
So, it was rigged by the Patriots?
Looks like it. From what I can tell, Arsenal is headed for Manhattan. I don't know what Solidus is planning, but we'll have to deal with it one way or another. There's also a troop of production model Rays ahead.
How many units?
25, according to Olga.
Yeah, we passed about 12.
25?
Yeah. Can't say I've faced that many Metal Gears before, but I think we can deal.
No way we can.
We can, because we have no other choice.
How?
There's gotta
I've
be a way to
stocked
stink
up
this
on
thing.
Stinger missiles. Oh yeah, Olga left this for you.
Why?
Olga asked me to give it to you. Besides, I'm not a big fan of blades.
Masterful. Flailing it around. Alright.
Move the right stick up and down to make a vertical slice, and left and right to slice parallel to the ground. Move the stick in a circle to do a rotating cut. Push it forward to lunge and strike. You can guard with your blade if you have the L1 button pressed down. You should be able to deflect a bullet or two.
Alright, so let's equip our body armor. And we can also, if we do that, we flip our stance and now it's a stun weapon, which is if you're doing a no-kill run. Don't attack Snake, he'll smack you. It sometimes takes a second for it to, like, register when you're doing Oh, cool, you actually have, like, a little animation for drawing it and putting it away. Alright, so do we just call Snake again to get out of here?
Teach yourself how to handle the blade. You're going to need it at some point. Move the right stick to control.
Okay, that's just the controls again. Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of this. Yeah, you just... There's a very strange animation. Just... If I just run into him like this, then that'll cut his head off, right? Oh, also, if we... Okay. It doesn't say specifically, but this is the high-frequency blade. Apparently it uses, like, electrical charges to cut through stuff.
Come on, time to go.
All setting up in,
If you run out of ammo, you can have mine.
You got enough?
Absolutely. Infinite ammo.
referring to the infinite ammo bandana
Wait
that you
up,
get
Snake.
for New Game Plus in
What?
the first game. But yeah, we're setting up things for 4 and
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing
Rising.
someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between reality and a game.
Diminished sense of reality, huh? VR training will do that.
No, it was field training when I was a kid. I lied, Snake. I have more field experience than I can remember. It's not VR that's doing
Yeah,
this to me.
it's getting weird
Right.
on us.
We don't carry guns to take people down. We're not here to help some politician either.
You can say that because you're a legend, a hero. I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake.
Legends don't mean a whole lot. I was just a name to exploit. Just like you.
People will remember only the good part, the right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder. Not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future? You can stop being part of a mistake. Starting now.
What am I? What am I supposed to do?
First things first, let's sink this sucker.
Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem. Come on.
Alright, let's sword some suckers.
Snake, Raiden.
Otacon, you alright?
Yeah, so are all the hostages.
That's good news.
How's everything on your end?
All right for now, but there is something.
What?
The Colonel's last transmission was strange.
Strange?
Which
How?
last transmission?
Just strange. No idea.
Interference?
I don't know.
Where is this colonel?
I don't know. I've never met the man, actually.
I'll dig around.
Thanks. I owe you one.
If there's anything else,
No
call
one should
me on
go
the
on.
codec. I might be able to help. The frequency is 141.12.
So Otacon is going to take over for the Colonel during this segment. Alright, let's get swording. Okay, let's not try and be clever, let's just have the, have our weapon at the ready, and...
Don't fall behind.
Let's not try and be clever. Yep, I have a sword. Snake gave it to me.
We're going in.
invincibility frames. But yeah, we have a sword. It's a little bit tricky to use because obviously just bull rushing people who have guns isn't gonna fly. Oh, nice one, Snake. Oh crap. Okay, let's try this again. Sword time. There we go. Now we're getting there. Man, these guys with the flip kicks are tough. Leave a sword boy to me, Snake. Quick heal. Keep the body armor equipped. Oh god, there's like 4 of them in one spot now. Oh my god, this place is just caked in blood. Oh, Snake with the roundhouse kick. Anyone else? Square up, you bitches. Yeah, there's a lot of them, and they're all bloody serious
Raiden,
business.
About this colonel of yours. I found out where he is.
Where?
Inside Arsenal.
What?
I've checked out all the possibilities, but I keep coming back to Arsenal. It isn't a relay point, it's the origin of the signal. And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI, the so-called GW.
What the hell does this mean?
I think it means you've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
The kernel probably isn't GW per se. GW was most likely stimulating cortical activity in the dormant part of your brain through signal manipulation of your own nanomachines. The kernel
So we've been
is,
imagining
in
him
part,
this whole
your
time?
own creation, cobbled together from expectations and experience.
That's crazy.
But it's probably the truth. The virus may be starting to affect GW, which would explain the kernel's behavior.
It was all an illusion? Everything I've done so far?
Raiden,
Snake, what's happening around here?
I don't know. What I do know is that you're standing right here in front of me. Not an illusion. Flesh and blood.
Huh?
It's your call. You can drop this if you want.
No, I can't do that. Let's go.
Alright. Oh, come on. I just got through a door. Give me a break.
Raiden, they've got Rose.
What?
Rose is being held in the holds.
It's a trap.
Rose!
Raiden, get a grip.
But Snake...
It's a trap. Since the Colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay. Does Rose exist?
Don't be
No,
weird.
we've established that.
She's your...
What if I've never really met her?
What?
If the Colonel is something that I partly dreamt up, then everything I remember about her could be...
Don't jump to conclusions.
She just told you
and
about how it was
Archon are
all an
the ones
act.
that say the Colonel never existed.
Raiden.
Is this what Olga was talking about?
Whoops, I bumped the controller there. I didn't mean to do that. Oh boy, this looks like a boss arena. Man, do they buy you buggers in bulk? Where have you come from? Oh yeah, the classic elevator arena. Hoppa! Okay, blocking does not do shit to the flying kick. Ah, use the stab, because that has longer range. Snake. Oh, knock that guy right off the edge. Man, Snake is tearing shit up. Uh-oh. Fission mailed. Oh god, I've been reduced to a postage stamp. Can't see shit, Captain. You just have to wait for this to wear off, I think. There we go. If you press anything during that part, it actually does trigger a game over. Yeah, the whole... it's all going wrong here. Quickly. Oh, not again! I'm using a giant TV for this, so when it goes into mission failed like that, it reduces my vision by so much. Right over my head. Man, tearing shit up with the sword in this is really good. I never really used the sword before when I played this game when I was a kid. How's that for a massacre? Jesus. There she is at last. I was wondering when we were going to get a chance to fight her.
Fortune.
It's been a long wait, Solid Snake. The root of all my sorrows.
What?
2 years ago, you killed my father. That was the beginning of hell for us. Everyone I love has been taken from me one by one, and no matter how hard I try, I can't follow them. An endless nightmare. The only thing we live for is to see it end. Our wait is almost over.
You can't be serious about firing the nuke.
Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everyone I can. Starting.
If you haven't guessed by her complexion and the US Navy, and 2 years ago Snake killed her father. Her father was the commandant of the tanker.
You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
And unfortunately, we don't get to fight her.
What are you gonna do? Bullets can't get near her.
I'll think of something. There's no such thing as a witch.
You think you can kill me?
Yeah, it's a real shame you don't get to fight Fortune.
But let's get one thing clear. I didn't kill your father.
Nope, Ocelot
Do you
did.
think anyone believes your lies?
Raiden, get out of here!
On the one hand, it's a real pity that you don't get to fight her. On the other, I kind of get it, because I have no idea how you would make a fight like that. Like, I have no idea how you would design a boss fight for someone that can't be hurt by bullets, considering everything that's been in the game so far.
Jack, I've been watching how you fight.
Yeah,
it looks like
maybe.
You remember the way you used to kill in the old days. Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When
Clones of
Foxhound no longer
clones.
exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too. Solid Snake's sudden appearance, your arrival, it was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke out the agent before the mission entered the final phase. You came in handy, as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute, split between life and death. You ran from it, and now you've been led back to war by something less than real. No more games, Jack. At least you know. There's no reason to keep you alive now.
At long last, we get to fight Ray.
I've given
And
you
lots
a worthy
off.
opponent, at least. But now, you should die as the little Jackie boy I once knew.
More than 3. There's loads of them. Ah. Gears made of metal. Some kind of metal gear, you may say. Yeah, so we've got the 3 that we're fighting, and there's all them in the back. Dive. God, they're just launching one missile body after another. Yeah, I never understood that as a design concept. Like, why have a giant mecha that screams? Oh god, enough with the rockets. I think I managed to stop. Stop. Oh god, the frame rate. But yeah, we've got the 3 we're fighting here, and there's all them in the back. You can see them all lined up and ready. Quickly. No! Pushed it too late. I need to very quickly heal. Yeah, the design is designed to be more hydrodynamic than anything else. Ah, damn, missed my opportunity there. There you go. What you're supposed to do is hit it in the leg and then hit it in the mouth when it screams. Oh, come on. Oh god. There's my last 2 healing items here. Alright, that is Ray 1 down. He's going to wobble off. And it immediately spawns another one into the arena. Oh. Damn it. Yeah. As soon as you take one down, it spawns another. And remember, Snake said there's 25 of them aboard Arsenal. healing items. At least I now have missiles. Oh! Damn, didn't quite get it while it was firing. If you hit it while it's firing the laser, that counts as a mouth shot. Yeah, there we go. That's another ration. Oh, wow, okay, the stomp doesn't do damage. I was about to say, huh, that didn't do any damage, but it makes you sit still. And you really get like no time to react to the Hydro Beam. There we go, that's a second one down. So he's going to toggle off. And I'm out of rations again. I keep getting hit by this stupid Hydro Cutter. Yeah, doesn't even explode, he just leaves. Oh god. You get like no warning for those leg rockets. Ah, damn. Wow, he shot my missile out of the air with his missile. Alright, one more good hit in the mouth and that one will be dead. Whee. Could use some more healing items, that would be very nice. Oh, there's one collapsed in the background there, you see it? They are actually going down. Oh god, I'm out of healing items and I'm bleeding. Bandage. I need some kind of healing item. Desperately like. If I even get looked at funny, I'm dead. Yeah, it goes A 1 through 5 and then B 1 through 5. Stupid leg rockets. Yeah, managed to sneak in a shot there. I really need some healing. He's coming in. And that's me dead. Jeez, how many of these things do I have to kill?
Right, respond. Right.
That's actually mission failed. Okay. So it seems there's a pretty hard limit on how many healing items I get during the fight. Just need to work out a way to like properly dodge the Hydro Beam. Yeah, you don't have to fight all 25, I know that much. Okay, I would quite like for you to stop. Upset him now. This thing locks on very quickly, so if you Yeah, you don't get much... You do not get much warning about the Hydro Beam. That is, however, that one down. Oh, did that count as a mouth shot? I'm not certain. Damn, locked onto the leg by accident. I played Monster Hunter, I should be good at this. I feel like if they just kept coming like one after another, that'd be fine, but the fact that there's like 3 of them at once is a bit much, I think. Keep handing out that damage. Open up, Chuckles. I knew he was gonna do that. Best opportunity. Okay, best way to dodge the Hydro Beam. Don't let him fire. Is to just hit him as soon as possible. They can't kill you if they're dead, you see. Damn, he blocked it with his arm. Ah. How does it feel to get a rocket right into the delicate bits? One more hit in the head will end him. Oh, you're coming next, okay. There's no rations spawning and I'm running out. Ah, oh, damn it. I was having a standoff with him thinking he was going to use the Hydro Beam. There's rations. Run in and grab those while they're cycling somebody in and out. And that's some damage. He's yeah, that one's coming up next. Oof. Get some distance. Get some distance. Oh boy, I was holding my breath through about the last minute of that. think that was... I wasn't counting, that was like, what, 6?
I expected a little more fight than that, Jack.
About 7, okay. Oh god! I don't know what you're gonna do.
So you decided to show
Oh, but don't do this! They'll know!
I'll hold them off. Give you time to get away.
What about you?
Go where? We're in an abyss.
This is suicide!
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family!
Huh?
I know I'm going to hell, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell!
How much are you gonna do with the macro? Yeah. That was never gonna fly. Makarov sidearm versus power suit.
You have to.
Olga!
Yeah.
Enjoy the show, Jack.
Solidus
Let's
officially
pick up
not
where we
fucking
left
around.
off.
Do you have to power up again? Oh.
What's going on? What's wrong with it? GW, it's out of control. What?
That is some serious vibration. I think they're going to shake themselves apart like that.
I'm reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
I don't know.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire.
The virus did work.
Emergency ascent course.
Stupid machines!
Yep, this is former US President George Sears.
Damn the Patriots!
I mean, he's also one of the snake clones.
You still have some use.
I've captured Snake.
Bring him in.
Game over. Alright, let's bloody end this.
Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you. I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Brace! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! I'm... my hand. Wow!
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
Oh god, don't make me do it again. I'm no good at button mashing, I can't do this.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never
so
the real
much for
objective.
it being the ultimate last word in weapons technology.
A list of names of the Patriots. They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that. What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted. A little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Ames and the President's deaths. The ninja The computer virus that mimics Fox-Die.
It's all very coincidental,
Did you really think
isn't
they
it?
were all a coincidence? AIM's own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Fox-Die. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper.
And he was the one that we did a stamina kill on.
To coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel will provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound.
I love this. This is so good.
We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project? How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
Actually managed to score a hit.
Do you know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic, or some new age mumbo-jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your Dead Cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
good drama.
Die whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Tentacle missiles. Yeah, it is a weird, like, power armor suit with tentacles that shoot missiles. It's nuts, and I love it. I have the biggest grin on my face right now.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
And he's gonna fight the Metal Gear with a sword about 10 years early. Rules of nature.
How's this then? Damn.
Still kicking after being shot through the lung.
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
She might do.
Everybody down!
What the? Impossible!
Yep. It might have been real all along. Maybe there was no magic. It's a Dumbo's magic feather situation. Who knows?
She is Lady Luck.
Yup.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family again.
Damn! Try this instead. No!
Whoa. What's that animation?
brothers!
He's back! He's back! And he's hamming it up.
I've been waiting for this! It can't be.
Liquid!
I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
You were inside Ocelot?
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
What?
You're the only one that can free me. After all... I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss.
Man, Solidus is really not paying attention. Either that or he's just got a stone miserable memory. He keeps doing it.
Time to say goodbye!
Oh yeah, it's hamtacular. I love it.
Damn.
Certainly, it's a good way to go.
Liquid! Stop this thing!
Hey, Snake! You coming?
He's gonna swim after the bugger. We're in the middle of the Hudson Harbor. How's he not just gonna freeze instantly? Chug. Coming through, suckers. Yeah, don't even worry about it. It stopped right in the middle of Federal Hall. Crashed right into downtown Manhattan.
What are you laughing at? Do you know what day it is today?
May 22nd.
April 30th?
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence, the dawn of a new nation, here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule, liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation. The data of life is transferred from parent to child. That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles. Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch?
Just a nice big puddle of blood. Don't even worry about it.
A mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling
You've
the
walked
digital
in on
flow
the
of
end,
information.
my dude.
I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon.
You were a
That
US
will be
president.
my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty!
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
Oh,
How is
God, he's
that
back.
possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past
Unfortunately,
200 years,
Raiden's
the kind
handcuffed,
of
so that's out.
consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things
I did
not
shoot the
covered by
seagulls,
genetic information.
like 2 parts ago.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society
pretty
furthers
much.
human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn.
Yeah, this
and
is getting pretty
accumulate in the
real
sandbox
here.
of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our
I
responsibility.
don't remember this
as
part. This is
rulers,
getting rather real.
Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's
my
not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self
It's
exist inside
his
of you?
free will
That
to
which you
agree
call
with
self
Snake.
serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic.
This
that
game
would
is set
endow
in
you with some
2009.
sense
I'm
of
pretty sure this game
strength.
came out in 2002.
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for
Yeah,
another,
it is
more
very we live in a
convenient
society.
truth in
Or
order to make
you live in a
yourself
society,
feel better.
really.
Leaving behind
These guys are
in an
perfect and
instant
immortal and
the
completely
so-called
disconnected from
truth
bias.
you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has
getting
given
real
even
again.
more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now, we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity. The S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method.
Well, you bottled it because we stuck a virus down
We
you.
used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like. See only
Unfortunately,
the
it's
things you
built
like,
into
and
his
for
brain,
yourself
so he'd have to
alone.
take like the batteries out of his spine or something.
Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise
Nanomachine,
of
son.
kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts.
Yeah, there's a lot
The
here.
real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So,
Don't do
Jack
that, you'll
the Ripper,
die.
Will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Jack, my son.
Please be careful. Don't kill
My
yourself.
clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival.
Alright, final boss time. Let's do this.
By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
Oh, we're not done yet. Oh,
my own
God.
and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free.
Okay. Actually final boss time. Yep, just dropping that like it's no big thing.
I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they formed.
So, a blood sample should be plenty? Don't worry, we are about to start, like, the actual final boss now. Oh yes, we're going full John Woo.
Brace yourself.
Grit those teeth. Oh, damn it.
Is that the best you could do?
Oh, alright. There we are. Whoa.
Is that the best you could do?
Yeah, welcome to Metal Gear. It is cutscene the game. There we go. We just need to bait out an attack and then get behind it. Whoppa. Ow. I thought I was closer. Yeah, don't go into this game like expecting to take any of it seriously. If you just go in just being like, yeah, this is going to be ridiculous. Ow.
Is that the best?
I thought I had my guard up, but I didn't. Whoa, don't get kicked off the roof. I'm on fire. Alright, we're getting into it. I'm on fire again. Oh, damn it. When he starts leaning back like that, he needs to switch to vertical swipes.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, you don't want the fullness of that, mate.
Good work, Jack. This is where it gets interesting.
I am stabbing him. He's wearing a power suit. Alright. He's... not a good time. What do you want? Kind of in the middle of something here.
You have to beat Solidus. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. We're nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the?
And just scream your coat off, yeah? Just flex so
The new
hard.
amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code name, Raiden, too, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game, exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill
That's
your
big
purpose.
words coming from a fucking calculator. Don't make me get the tin snips, you git. This block isn't working. Oh.
What's wrong with you?
Thought I had a chance to get in a free hit there, but no.
Take this! Take this! Over here! What's wrong with you?
That hurt. We're gonna need to open another bottle of this, right? Oh damn it, he had invincibility frames during all that. Oh nice, you can block that last charge he does. Oh, only if you're facing him directly though, it seems. Yes, defeated. Now strap yourselves in. We got another 20 minutes to go yet. I've put my controller down, so I'm gonna get comfy. Go on, just run up and kick him. Just put your boot up his ass. Oh yeah, the melodrama's what you're here for, honestly. This is how you do melodrama, is you just play it completely straight but so far over the top that you cannot help but laugh. Nobody seems to be anywhere. We're in the middle of Manhattan, then there's no one here. Oh, no, here they come. No one's bothering to talk to the visibly armed and armoured man. Just walk around him.
Who am I, really?
Ain't no big thing.
No one quite knows who or what they are. The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not.
Also,
That's
didn't you
never
cast
the
yourself
point.
into the Hudson? What are you doing here?
There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Then, what am I supposed to believe?
Uh-oh. Okay, don't scare
What
me
am
like
I going
that
to
game.
leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories.
I mean, we apparently did
Choose
already
your
tried
own
that, but it
legacy.
didn't stick.
It's for you to decide. It's up to you. By the way, what is that?
You may remember we input a certain something into a terminal at the very start of this game.
Dog tags.
I don't know what bearing that has.
Anyone you know?
Hi, it me.
No, never heard the name before. I'll pick my own name and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on.
Again, no one seems to be questioning the armed and armoured men standing at the back of this crowd.
They taught me some good things, too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word. Even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry. I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with. Cheer up. We have a better lead.
Yeah, I assume that wasn't decided until, like,
This
right at the
contains
end.
the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriots' identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first. And people you need to talk to.
Yeah. There's somebody we need to talk to. And try not to strangle, I guess. At this point, I think Raiden's like well within his rights to pull a gun on her after all the shit she's put him through.
Snake?
Snake. Hey, there's the parrot. That's the last we'll ever see of that parrot. It's... What? Did you see that? Oh, I tried to zoom in on it, but for a blinding second, there was Vamp. There he is, Vampire. We just caught him.
I wouldn't know.
But there was Vamp in the back of frame.
But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh.
There he is, just on the left by that car. You see him?
Yeah.
Just squish her head like a fucking watermelon.
See me for what I am, okay?
I know.
Yeah. You'll probably need to watch it back and like very specifically look for it. Yeah, he is still handcuffed. We didn't take the handcuffs off. We just broke them. More stock footage because it's cheaper than animating.
Of course. This is where we first met. I remember now. Today is the day I met you.
That's why she kept bringing it up. Again, Raiden is in surprisingly good humours with her considering everything that we've bloody learned.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. The genes aren't the only thing you pass on. There are too many things that aren't written into our DNA. It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion, sorrow, joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
Ugh! Raiden, you moron! She's still working for the bloody Patriots.
I stare at the stars and the sky.
And so, that was Metal Gear Solid 2, one of the most infamous entries to the series. And wowee. Wowee. It's kind of... Yeah, it just works. It's kind of a black sheep of the series, but it is magnificently hammy, magnificently cheesy, and I love it. You know, it's stupid, but I love it. On the sort of sliding scale, I would say 4 is just above 2. Like, when people don't really remember 4 much. 2 people remember quite a lot and go, whoa, 2, you know? 4 is a bit here and there, and it mostly just functions as a sort of plot tie-up for the series more than anything else. Whereas Metal Gear Solid 2 raises a lot of questions, some of which get answered, some of which ultimately don't, and also has like a lot of weird shit that people remember, like the fish and mailed stuff and the Colonel going ballistic. stuff like that. We're going to stick around because you may remember after the end of Metal Gear Solid 1 there was a little after credits scene, so we want to stick around and watch that before we go anywhere. Yeah, more stock footage. It's very strange. I joke by saying that it's cheaper than animating, but I do have to wonder if that was the idea. Like if this is a stylistic thing, or if it's just like, yeah, we can rent out about 3 hours of New York stock footage and it's cheaper than animating entire cutscenes. If you just like saw this without context, you wouldn't have thought that we had just finished a conspiracy thriller. You would have thought we just finished a romantic comedy or something. I like how they credit the Raven action figure voice actor, whose only line is "Grrrr." Like that little action figure that we saw in the tanker. That's a credited role, apparently. Good lord, this goes on for a while. I don't want to skip it because it might end up skipping the after credits scene.
It's there that I'll find inner peace, not war, and dreams that I let slip away. I'll find the joyfulness I'm looking for way back in yesterday.
This is probably going to get the video music now that I think about it. This music. This is probably licensed. Oh yeah, the guy puts his name on bloody everything. Can't say goodbye to yesterday. Can't beat a lovely bit of jazz. Oh my god, they credit the typeface as well? Pfft. I didn't realise that was something you needed to credit. Oh god, and the HD remaster as well. Oh god, the saxophone's getting out of control. Come on, we've only got 5 minutes left. Let's get on with this, guys. Finally, blimey. That took its time.
Life isn't just about passing on your genes.
We haven't put away that bottle yet, because
We
there's
can
more.
leave behind much more than just DNA. Through
Some video of some kid playing with the
music,
pigeons.
literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for. We need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. We have all the magic of the digital age to do that with. The human race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we still have the responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive.
Yeah, again, this game came out in 2002. Quite amazing how much stuff that still applies nearly 2 decades later. Yeah, it has, like, fine wine.
Snake, you there? It's me. I've finished going over that disc.
Did you find the Patriots list?
Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people. There was a name on it. Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
What's going on around here?
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but...
But what?
They're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
What the hell?
Dun dun dun! Alright. Clocking in at 11, nearly 12 hours. Yup. The 1900s. So at 12 hours, 12 saves, 8 deaths, 22 alerts, 83 kills, and 34 healing items used. We have received the codename of Elephant. Because we're so chunky. And we're probably going to get a whole bunch of trophies for achieving various codes. New item obtained. We get to keep the camera because we found it. And we get to keep the camera because we found it. And yes, we will save. Rectum. Lol. Alright. And that is Metal Gear Solid 2 brought to an end. And what a bloody ride it's been. But we will be back. There may be a break because I'm probably going to be leaving town in a week or two. I'm glad you did. And as I say, we'll probably be back. It might be a while because I'm going to be leaving town in a couple of weeks. Assuming assuming I am right about what is wrong with my internet for my out of town setup, we may be back in a few weeks. Otherwise, it's not going to be until September. So yeah, take your time. It's going to be a bit, unfortunately, but when we come back, we are going to be back with the best of Metal Gear Solid, with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. It's right there, and oh boy, I'm excited. But until then, however long that may be, I will see you all next time. Thank you, good night, and much love.